The Salvation Army began, as we saw, in 1865. The kettle and this bell began in 1891. What a great idea. We talk about giving time, talent, and treasure. This is giving talent, an idea that raised hundreds of millions of dollars. That every time you hear that bell, that's love being rang out when you go to a store and see this. In 1982, and I got that story here for you too when you leave, in Chicago, suburban Chicago, someone put a gold coin in the kettle. It made the news. And many years since, through last year, people have anonymously put gold coins in the kettle. Now, back when this started, these gold coins were worth a couple $100, 1 ounce of gold. Now it's $1,400 today. It's gone up substantially. It's in the news. And what I'm doing is issuing a challenge to all the 5,000 coin dealers in this country, and a bit of a challenge to those in this room. Again, with the thought of the widow's mite, you don't have to put $1,400 in the kettle. You don't have to put $140. It may be $1.40. But with what you can do, there are 2 kettles in the back, and I'll be getting this memo out to all the coin dealers in the country through different publications. Put your gold in the kettle, and we will get more publicity for the Salvation Army. And at this time, I am putting the first gold coin of the year in a Salvation Army kettle. Thank you. You know, I read somewhere now, you know, I didn't have a chance to fact check this, and that can be a little dangerous because President Obama's trip did not cost $200 million. But only 25% of the people in the world have a roof and a refrigerator. So right now, I would bet everybody in this room is in the wealthiest 75% in the world. Only 8% have money in the bank or savings. I read in USA Today that 20% of the people in the country have had to go to a pawn shop to sell something off this year. You know, I see a room of heroes here, but you have to take the first step. Everything starts with taking a first step. Many of you have taken that first step, but you also have to have follow-through. You know, I was recently on a show with Jack Piper where I had to pick the 10 songs that meant the most to me. Not what I thought were the 10 best songs, but 10 songs that meant the most to me. And one of them was Harry Chapin's song, The Cat's in the Cradle. It's one of the reasons why I left Houston to come to the lovely city of Beaumont. I didn't want to be seeing my kids 30 minutes a day, driving 2.5 to 3 hours back and forth down Westheimer or Richmond, and came to Beaumont. But that song says, the dad's asked by his son, when you coming home, Dad? I don't know when, but we'll get together then. Time goes by, and the son asks, when you coming home, Dad? And he says, I don't know when, but we'll get together then. Later on, the son grows up, and the dad asks the son, when you coming home, son? And he says, I don't know when, but we'll get together then. It's kind of like free crabs tomorrow at Joe's Crab Shack. Okay? Tomorrow. The son had grown up just like him, is how the song ends. We need to set an example. What example are you going to set? Now, you can make a difference, each one of you. And I know many of you heard the starfish story. Boy's walking along a beach, and the tide has washed in a bunch of starfish. And he's picking one up and throwing it back out. Picking one up and throwing it back out. And another young man comes along and says, well, what difference can you make? You can't possibly help all these starfish. Says, I made a difference for that one. I made a difference for that one. And the other boy starts picking them up and throwing them in with him. That's the example you can set. No, you can't do it by yourself, but you can set an example. You can take the first step, and you can follow through. To the world, you might be one person, but to just one person, you might be the world. Go ring your bell and drop something in the kettle. Thank you.
Yeah, the good thing is I had the key for the kettle. And I be sure that this go to the safe tonight. But I already have somebody here in the room that offered me to buy that coin tomorrow for $1,400. And that's Duray. He's our chief financial officer from headquarters, and he liked to collect that coin for himself. And thank you, Duray. We will sell that to you tomorrow morning. Michael, has been a great night. You touched my heart with what you say tonight. We are very fortunate to have you here tonight with us. I think that you bring to the Salvation Army a lot of joy with your presence, with your speech tonight, but I know that you touch the heart of so many people here tonight. I know that your work will change the concept that many people can have about the Salvation Army, about what we are doing. It's not just to say we are doing the most good. It's not to say we're doing all we can. But we go extra mile to help people in need. Because it's not about Salvation Army, it's about others. I want also to say thank you to you for supporting the Salvation Army, for love the Salvation Army. I want to say thank you to each one of you for help us to help others. Mike, you touch my heart. I know that you changed the mind of many people here, and your work means a lot for us. We want to have a little token of appreciation to you tonight. We have this glass cloth that we get for you. I hope that you can put that on your desk. This say, doing the most good with appreciation to Mike Fuljenz, November 9, 2010. Thank you. God bless you. God bless your family, and God bless your business.